my name is Krista Spratt. I'm a lab technologist at the water treatment plant for the city of Saskatoon. What we do here is we analyze samples collected throughout different points of the water treatment process to ensure that the drinking water meets our industry standards. We are also a CALA accredited lab, which means that we have to follow strict standards and regulations to ensure that our customers are receiving quality results. On a typical workday, we will start by reading our emails, and as we're checking our emails, we will discuss amongst each other who's going to do what job for the day. One of our tasks is collecting samples around the city and analyzing them at each site for turbidity and chlorine. And we also bring bacterial samples to be tested in the lab later on in the day. Throughout the day, we also receive samples from other departments in the city, like new construction, or when there's a main break after they fix the water main, they'll take water samples and they'll bring them to us. And we set up BACT, which needs incubation for 24 hours for one of the samples and 48 for the other. When there's water main breaks, once they fix the water mains, they take samples and they bring them back to the lab, and it takes 24 and 48-hour incubation time before we can give them the results and they can put the lines back into service. Another task we do in the morning is we collect samples around the plant, and we are in an industrial setting, so we need to wear PPE, like hard hat, steel-toe boots, eye and ear protection. So once we collect the samples, we bring them back to the lab and we test for chlorine, fluoride, turbidity, and pH. But before we test the samples, we have to make sure that our equipment is working properly, so we have to calibrate it and we check our calibrations with certified standards. We also do maintenance on our equipment, so if our equipment isn't working, we need to do the troubleshooting and we need to figure out what the problem is and put it back into service. In the afternoon, we do bacterial setup and counts. We count the plates that we set up the day previous and 48 hours previous. Along with setting up our regular samples, we also set up controls, which are pathogenic bacteria like E. coli, Pseudomonas, and Kleb. So we need to wear proper PPE. Once a week, we prepare chemical reagents and media for testing. We reference SDSs and we practice safe handling, and we are up to date with our WMIS. All of our results and sample details are entered into a specialized computer program for a permanent record. I was always interested in the sciences, so I looked at Chemtech and Biotech, and what I chose was Biotech at SIEC, Kelsey Campus, which is now Polytech. And the reason why I chose Biotech, besides all the chemistry classes it offered, it also had microbiology and molecular biology, immunology, genetics, so I found all those classes interesting. Once I graduated, I worked a lot in the agriculture industry and also a little bit in the mining industry until I put my roots down in the water industry. What I like about my job here is the structure, the organization, and the attention to detail. That all comes naturally to me. What I like about working in the lab at the city is the variety. We do the same tests every day, except for there's enough of us that we can do different jobs every day. Like one day somebody will go out around the city and collect samples. Another day someone will make media. Other days they'll be sampling. So we're not doing the same thing every single day. We always switch it up every day, so that's kind of nice. The kind of background that we have in the lab, myself, I have a biotech diploma, and my co-workers, the rest of them have Chemtech diplomas. Being a lab tech at the city means that you're able to follow standard operating procedures. You pay attention to detail, you have problem-solving skills, and you are a team player. The advice that I would give to somebody interested in this career is to research the position, make sure this is what you want to do, interview people that are in the position, because when I went to school, the first semester, halfway through it, half the people dropped out. And you don't want to waste your money or your time. So interview people and research the position well.